these are the straps to actually pull it down into the dyno. Put these round, normally go around somewhere like the subframe, depending on what type of car it is. On this particular car, I'm gonna actually go around the inside edge of the actual bottom arm there. Always make sure you go over on the inside or the outside edge. Obviously, turn it enough. All this is actually doing it, pulling it, squatting it down in the dyno, so that it gives it an optimum traction. Putting in here is what's known as a safety strap, and it's just literally there to do exactly what it says really. It's just there as a precaution. If the car starts to lift up in the rollers, what it does is it just holds the car back from going any further than it should do. Measure boost. Normally go off something like a fuel pressure regulator or something where we've got a good vacuum and boost feed. Now the most accessible point would be the dump valve, but because I want to make sure I get a 100% accurate reading, I'm going to take it off the actual off the end of the inlet manifold here. And obviously this is just like when you plumb in a boost gauge or a boost controller. It needs to be behind the throttle butterfly rather than in front, because otherwise you won't get a vacuum reading. So just obviously a little bit fiddly. See, this reads as it says on the book, the intake temperatures, and gives it obviously a reference on the dyno. So what I'm going to do is, this is rear wheel drive. I'm going to actually run the wires there, so obviously all the cables are nowhere near the rollers themselves. So this goes with our knock block that we've got. Knock block's used to pick up any detonation or anything whilst the car's on the dyno. Because this car's never been dynoed and it's fresh in the UK, it's always obviously something that's a good idea, because Japanese run a lot high ROM rating fuel. So obviously, even though we run a 99 over here, we don't know any history of the car, and it could have been mapped or even set up to run the high spec fuel. So always something good to put on the vehicle. Atmospheric temperatures using our temperature display. For this vehicle, it's a 4-cylinder turbo, so we use the shootout mode F4. Because a 5-speed box, we're running it in transmission gear 3, and the tyre pressures we're going to be putting up to 50 psi. What have we got? We've got massive overfueling. Yeah. The reason why it made more power there is because it was a lot leaner through this sector here, which is why it spiked up to there. It was a lot leaner, massively rich. Let's just see what. Boost. I mean, Your boost is fairly stable, to be honest with you. It's coming up, it's peaking about 13 psi, dropping off and holding about 12 psi there. On that one run there, it obviously come in for some reason, it come in slightly up earlier and held the 13 psi and then tailed off. But as you can see there, all the runs were fairly consistent apart from that one blue run. But for some reason there we had quite a slight, obviously the fuel had gone slightly leaner and it made quite a dramatically more power there where it was running leaner.
Okay, so what's the magic power figure then?
I mean, if we go for, if we take the other runs out, we'll go with your highest run, or your pub figure, as people say.
Yeah, pub figure.
Would you like the pub figure, James?
I like the pub figure, yeah.
222 horsepower.
Okay.
That's how much it made. As I said, your boost, you're touching just over, very minimally over 13 psi, tailing off and holding about 12 psi there. Now if I do a print off your torque, approximate torque is, you've got more torque, you've got there as it comes up, you've got a little bit of a glitch there. I don't know what's quite causing that, but as you see it there, it comes up. Your peak torque is 230. Right there. It's about 231 foot-pounds is your peak torque. And as I said, your power curve, apart from that slight glitch in there, isn't too bad at all. It's quite a clean curve. I mean, the more concerning thing obviously is your fueling.